At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without Broom Caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles Reward Miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon & Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project. All delivered right to your door. McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Knott Auto Corp have been pioneers as well. Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum.
The championship has evolved while retaining its competitive spirit.
And I think that's what's unique about Manitoba, but that hasn't changed. And I think it's just that uniqueness. You know, you go out for the opening ceremonies and there's 32 teams to be introduced, and you sometimes think like, what the heck? But it's a thrill for a lot of these guys if it's their first time, if they're trying to win it, or if they're not trying to win it. It doesn't really matter. It's a thrill for them to be there. So the whole 32-team championship, I think, is sort of what makes it so unique to play in Manitoba.
Good evening. Welcome to Stride Place in Portage Prairie, Manitoba for the 2025 Vitera Men's Provincial Curling Championships. This is the 4 o'clock draw, and today we've got a game with Team OSTROWSKY versus Team MARNOCH. My name is Josh Harding, and I'm joined today by Dean Moxham. How you doing, Dean?
I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad.
We're just waiting for the final measurements before we get the game started. we got a veteran team against one of the younger guys out here, I think. So should be a good match.
All right, looks like we're ready to rock here, and Team OSTROWSKY appears to have won the draw to the button, and we'll start with the hammer.
Always an important, it's your first game, it's always important to start with the hammer in the first end, get the control, hopefully, of the end, and get the feel for the ice. So we'll see how aggressive Team MARNOCH is without the hammer to start this game.
Absolutely. I must have been mistaken, because Team OSTROWSKY has...
Oh, yeah.
Team OSTROWSKY lead, Rowan Hunker has brought his rock over to the hack.
Yeah. They just, I guess they didn't move those, the hammer for us to give us a perfect indication. So good chance we'll see this one in the rings, I'm thinking.
We're good to go, Ryan. Ryan, we're good to go.
Here's our first look at Rowan Hunker.
04. It's probably light, right?
Team OSTROWSKY lead.
It's gonna die on us.
And they're throwing this one into the top four, just like Dean said. Good to play a bit less of an aggressive shot in the first end and just throw it into the house, and no need to get into it so early. It's a very long 10-end game, and being the first game of the event, it's important that they get their feet under them a little bit, and both teams are going to be very happy to throw some hits back and forth here and just get used to the event and the atmosphere and the ice.
Exactly, yeah. First end of your first game, and just feeling the ice out, so I'm sure it'll be looking like it'll be a wide open end. And from what I've been hearing, the ice has been very good for the first couple of draws, so should expect some good curling today.
Absolutely. And no mistake there from Team MARNOCH lead Brooks Freeman.
Good normal.
And just a little bit wide, maybe a little bit heavy.
Right.
Leads to a rollout from the OSTROWSKY team.
Perfect time for
you think we throw a guard?
Team MARNOCH to throw up the corner guard and put some pressure on the other guys now.
Absolutely. A bit of a delayed corner guard after they've gotten a couple of rocks down the sheet and they have a good idea of what the weight's doing. They're deciding to take advantage of an open house now to get a little bit more aggressive.
This team is not known to be conservative, Kelly Marnock's team. They've always been an aggressive group of guys, veteran team, not afraid of the moment, and I think you'll see they like rocks in play, and they got Kelly and Bart who can clean up the messes as the game goes along. So I think you'll see them play a little bit more aggressive earlier than maybe OSTROWSKY's team.
You know what, I love to hear it. It makes it exciting when there's a lot going on, when there's a lot of rocks in play.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps us on the edge of our seats, gives us lots to talk about.
I mean, that being said, OSTROWSKY also plays in the MCT a fair bit, so they know what they're doing out here.
I thought I was going to be here, top 12.
So Dean, who is a 5-time Manitoba senior champion and is a world silver medalist, is also the co-chair of the host committee this week out here in Portage la Prairie for the 2025 Vitera Championship. So thank you for all that you do, and Dean to make this event possible. And what a fantastic venue we've got here, and I see so many volunteers of yours running, bustling around and making this happen. It's really quite something that you've all put together.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have this facility.
It's all the volunteers that put in the work to make things like this happen. Mm-hmm. And we're really fortunate to have them, and we're really lucky for that, because none of this happens without lots and lots of hours from volunteers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 180 volunteers here this week over the course of the 5 days, plus all the work they did to get the ice in and so on like that. So we're lucky. We have
we could double peel.
We have a good base that responds every time we put the call out, and we're lucky.
Curling is just marvelous for that. It's really a community sport. It really brings people together.
So these guys are changing speeds up here right away, trying to clean up this corner guard mess against them, and we'll see how this works out.
Yep. Whoa.
Great attempt for first end, just a sliver high, or sliver low on that rock. The nice thing about this ice is look at how much he's taken, and that could be completely buried on a tight corner guard.
It's lovely to see it.
Yeah.
They're working hard trying to get this one there. I don't think it's quite going to make the house.
Yeah, a little on the light side. That's what happens first end.
Yeah.
You practice all your practice shots outside in because of the draw of the button. So when you got to throw those rocks out to the corner, sometimes it just hasn't been touched up, and the speed just is not quite the same as when you're in your practice session. So something they'll learn, and it'll change quickly, but it's just something to remember when they're in that first end opportunity.
As many times as I've been through that myself, it tricks me every time too. So and I go, oh, I'll never get duped by that again. But then there you go. Very defensive play here out the gate from Team OSTROWSKY, doing their best to try and make these double peels.
That didn't work out quite the way they hoped.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate there to have left a corner guard for the Monarch team to come around and also have ticked one of the Monarch stones into the rings.
Kelly couldn't ask for any better situation here right now.
MARNOCH, pardon me.
So Kelly skips the team, but throws third rocks, and Bart Witherspoon sweeps and then throws the skips rocks for this team. They've done that for years as a team, and it's worked very well for them.
I'm always fascinated by that when teams are able to do that very well. I've always really been a believer that the person throwing the last rock should call the game, because they're setting up the end as it relates to how they want to throw their last rock, and they're preparing for that. And so I'm really amazed when I see teams that are able to make it work well. And obviously this MARNOCH team, they're veterans and they've been here a lot, and they've had a lot of success with this system. So it's really cool that they found something that works really well for them.
Hard, guys.
Front end working hard to pull this one into the rings.
Push. Keep
going.
Keep going. Good job.
Comes up just shy of the 12-foot.
Same scenario, right?
Yeah.
Kelly threw his draw of the button in a faster spot, and then just didn't quite adjust, not quite enough on the draw of the house.
Team OSTROWSKY third, Tanner Graham, now looking to make the long roll underneath those guards, I believe.
This one's curling on him. That was well swept to hold it in the rings. It looked like he might lose that, but that was a great job sweeping by Lucas. Still a pretty good opportunity for Team MARNOCH. This rock's above the rings, and you got two nice corner guards set up, so a roll in a foot or foot and a half is still above the tee line on the edge of the 4 foot and will be quite buried, so you'll likely be forcing OSTROWSKY's team to draw down to it.
Good job. Hey.
Does remove that
You had a 9 on
OSTROWSKY
that. You
stone,
want
but
to
is
go the
not
same way or
able
do you
to
want the
make the
control?
roll.
Mhm.
Leaves OSTROWSKY with the opportunity to make the roll first.
Just a little. Okay. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of these floral shirts that Team MARNOCH has. I've never seen anything quite like it, but they're certainly unique, and it's they've got their own personal team flair.
Well, anybody who's fans of Team MARNOCH or has played against them over the years know they like their colorful uniforms. This one is right up there with some of their best. But they've had some pretty outrageous ones over the years. People expect them to show up and not know what they're going to have on. They like to surprise guys.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm all for it, keeping us on our toes.
Oh, yeah. It's a great idea.
Yep. Hard.
So not making the roll behind the guards, but they're still able to keep it in the house, which forces the MARNOCH team to hit it.
Yep. Two different speeds, I think. Ryan's speed was just that little bit softer, and it caused a bit more curl than what Kelly MARNOCH threw with his.
That's right. Yeah. I like the speed that Ryan threw there, honestly. I do like to throw that kind of down weight speed. I really liked it. It's as long as you know what the ice is going to do, then
right. And it's manageable. The sweepers can manage it better, right?
Right.
Well, that's big. He stuck around, so they're going to have to deal with that shot. And
yeah.
Even if they roll under, I mean, it might force Team MARNOCH, but first things first, hit it and make them have to play it.
Yep, just holding that rock in the rings keeps Team OSTROWSKY on the defensive here, which is huge.
But almost the exact same shot as this first one, so they maybe make that adjustment as far as how much weight they're throwing and when to start sweeping on it. We'll see if they've have it figured out yet.
No, close. Whoa. Tanner. No, yeah, Tanner.
A nose hit will give MARNOCH team an opportunity to hit and roll out for a blanked end, meaning that they can maintain the hammer without any score moving into the second.
Yeah. I kind of got it out.
Throw you my normal peel.
Bart Witherspoon with the classic Manitoba tuck delivery.
Bart makes no mistake as he removes the yellow rock from play, or the red rock from play, and rolls out for a blanked end.
Vitera, helping farmers feed the world for over 100 years, and proud sponsor of the Vitera Championship.
At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork. Good for me, good for Manitoba.
New at Asham, load up and go with our redesigned curling broom bag on wheels. This bag's all-terrain heavy-duty wheels glide with ease. Its solid construction is durable and fits all your curling gear. Check out our website at asham.com.
Welcome back to the second end of the 2025 Manitoba Men's Provincial Championships in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. Our feature game is Ryan Ostrowsky throwing the Red Rocks. They come from the Granite Curling Club, against Kelly MARNOCH throwing the Yellow Rocks, and they come from Carberry, Manitoba. A little update on sheet A. Brett Walter scored a 2 over Team Goodmanson. On sheet B, Team Carruthers scored a 2 over Team Boyle. On sheet D, Team Freeman scored 2 over Team Dean Dunstone. And I can't see from here.
Team Sundell and Team Peters, they haven't marked up the score yet, so we'll just wait for that result.
No surprise that Team Ostrowsky makes the decision to throw a center guard without hammer here. The MARNOCH team does make the decision to come around it and puts 2 very well-placed stones up the center line, one in the forefoot, one in the top 8.
Yeah, great start for Team MARNOCH in the second end as Team Ostrowsky's lead was trying to freeze down and just threw a little heavy and a little wide and went by the one that was in the house, allowing MARNOCH's team to put a second one in. Put a little pressure on the guys. A nice shot by Lucas Vandenbosch. Basically all he could do, just to create some space for them to get in there to forefoot eventually.
Yeah. The goal there was not to end up taking both those yellows out. It really wasn't possible. Or to end up as shot rock. It was really just to force the MARNOCH team to play a defensive shot, which is what they're doing here. And it leaves the forefoot just a little bit more open now.
Yes, and if MARNOCH's team knows this, there may be a chance for a double if they want to really get aggressive, but at least they hit and roll back into the forefoot on the next shot. Which is what they're looking at doing. Probably an easy weight, looks like an easy weight take out. Get a little roll and hopefully corner freeze onto shot rock.
Yeah, I gotta throw more. Return control.
You saw Ryan there tap on his stomach, and that was to indicate what most teams call control weight, which they're looking for somewhere between a 10 and 11 second hit, 10, 11 seconds between the hog lines.
Right.
Whoa, whoa, roll it,
looking really good here. Another 2 or 3 inches would have been ideal, but with the amount of swing on here now, you can probably throw control or a good bumper weight and get on the inside and roll under or roll over to the other side of the rings. With this kind of movement out here, almost any shot's possible.
That's too bad. We were so close.
Wow, is that ever curling?
That's a really good shot. Nicely managed by the whole team on that. Perfect weight, great sweeping, and a good call at the other end to even those two up in a tough double here now.
It's probably there to nudge it over and sit here.
Some impressive precision in the first couple ends of the event for both these teams right now.
Yeah, actually they're getting into it quicker than I thought they might. So yeah, they're making what they're calling. That tells you that they've got a handle on the ice already. A little bit of speed on this one to try and get across on a flat roll. Yeah, touched it.
Not bad.
Pretty good shot. Pretty good shot. It's opened things up, moved the one that was buried on the 4-foot over, so changes the whole scenario for Team MARNOCH. They are going to, looks like they're going to go and play to tap it out. They good option even to, possibly just freeze down to it if they wanted to, but I think they're comfortable just playing the safe shot here and see if the 2 stays alive.
All right, guys. Yep. Clean. Curl a bit.
Nice weight by Kelly. Real good throw.
Well executed. That's one of the toughest parts of the sport, is to throw the right hit weight on low weight hits. I've thought for a while that it's the teams that can execute on the low weight hits that are the most successful. They're the toughest to beat. You can just get the right amount of precision with those, get the right roll, and that rock was basically fully buried, and they nosed it.
And that's in another team shot, right? Once the guy's released it, the sweeper's got to know what that weight is, and then they relay that down to the line caller.
If you just throw a bomb at everything, as fun as it is, it kind of takes the sweepers and the line caller out of consideration, And you've got 4 people on a team. Use them all.
Ooh.
Even though that red does stick around, I would not be surprised to see the MARNOCH team throw an aggressive shot around the guard, and it looks like that's just what we're going to get.
Yeah, I think that, he made contact with both of them, but just the weight that's just a little bit lighter, it overcurled early, and I think they did well to hold it, actually, to even touch those. Not that it's going to help them a whole lot at this moment, but if Kelly puts this in about dead center behind that red guard, top 4, he's got OSTROWSKY in big trouble. Top 8 even, so that they can't freeze to it to be second shot.
Line's okay. Got a curl.
Sweepers have backed off of this.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That, not where they wanted it to go.
The cross house.
That's a bit of a function of the first end. Remember when he came up a little light in his first throw in the first end, coming around the corner guard. And then you were out into the good stuff the second end, and
they can always just bump and roll.
Probably threw the same weight, and it just went that much too deep.
Yeah, okay. Just don't want to go through the hole. Peel?
Yep. That miss just a little bit light doesn't harm them a whole lot, but it's certainly a missed opportunity to really put some pressure on.
Yeah, I don't think Peel's going to curl.
That's the big change, right? If you could have thrown that top 8, even biting the 8-foot, you're in good shape. But back, Russ Howard always said that rock's never going to get any better. So
it's not promotable.
It's not promotable.
I like that. Did I hear Peel wait?
seems like they're going pretty hard on this. Maybe they don't like this spot on the ice. They've had a couple over curl, so it might be like you said, they're just taking the curl out of it with big weight. But he just set that back on the outside of the broom, and it's running dead straight.
Yep, I'm a little bit surprised by the weight choice on that one. It certainly can be done and made with that weight, and sometimes you just have to do what the skip is comfortable with.
Right. Yeah, you could have done the hit and roll over there with a little quieter because you had a couple of rocks to catch that shot too, right?
It could be that rock was close to the tee line, and so the roll needed to be very flat. That's probably what their thought process was. When you need a flat roll, you have to hit more of the rock, which means that you'll get less action off it, meaning you need more weight. No one really hung out there, hey, Dean?
It's not a shot. Bart wants Bart doesn't. Bart's hitting ability has always been his strength, and he won't be happy with that one.
I was surprised by the amount that one hung out, considering how much curl
I'm just thinking how hard
we've
you
seen.
can throw it. And it's going a long way. Like, if you can throw it hard, it's there.
Couple of missed opportunities, right?
Just give it a try.
Kelly's rock
yeah,
going
that's
deep,
fine.
and
then let's try it.
Ryan's the weight Ryan threw, and then Bart did basically the same thing with the heavy weight and hitting on the wrong side.
Dean, did it look like they're calling the double to sit 2 here? Is it?
This will be a hard double.
This would have to be screaming.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be tough when you look at it. He's going to have to hit on the bottom half of the second rock to go across the top of the red.
Oh, I did it again.
I'm
getting better at drawing these arrows, folks. My bad. I'm not an art major. I think this is going to have to be screaming down the sheet here to make this double.
Definitely keeping it on the. Got to hit the thin one, a little bit thin on this one.
Oh. Whoa.
He's actually pretty close, I think. Oh, he went under it.
Kelly and Bart understand that there's a good opportunity for at least a force, potentially a steal, and I'm sure they're gonna work really hard for this one.
Well, I think they've escaped. They've escaped giving up anything now. They actually come out of this with a 2 if they can make the draw to the full 8-foot, and I think after a couple of the shots that went on, they'll be happy with the chance for 2 here.
Yeah, absolutely. Pardon me. This is the brick. This is the hammer.
It's okay. You were thinking about the arrow. Ice has been really a good speed, 15 hog to hog from what I've been told, and that's just perfect sweeping weight for our front end guys, and Bart makes no mistake.
I definitely had less on that.
Yeah.
Too young.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Sunrise Morning Draw, brought to you by Sunrise Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Not Auto Corp have been pioneers as well.
Why not?
Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto
Why
services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
Josh and Dean here for the 2025 Vitera Championship at Stride Place in Portage de Prairie, Manitoba.
Looks like things are getting a little more aggressive this end. After the two, Ostrowsky's going with the corner guard, and looks like he wants to deal with this.
For the rest of the end.
Looks like he wants to deal with these two rocks and kind of clean up things for himself. Sticking around is fairly important on this shot.
Yep, I don't mind this call. The other team is not able to peel that corner yet, so they know it'll still be there afterwards.
Yes. Yep.
So only down 2 right now, early in the game. I do like this.
It's a nice, it's a good option.
Yeah.
Just when they're up high like that, they're not a bad resource for you if you needed them to go around, because they're almost like a couple of guards where they were placed. But you know, everything. If the shot you call is made, then it's the right shot.
That's right. The MARNOCH team has the opportunity now to keep the play coming towards the center, which of course is what they'd like, not having the hammer.
That's
and
right.
I've got that right this time, but who's got the hammer, haven't I?
So far.
Well, we'll see. I think they've decided to try and come around to the tee line behind that one that's in the top 12.
That's the one thing about here. You don't have to even think about tapping, because it'll finish so hard in here. Just a little heavy maybe on this one, but yeah, he's going to be back ring with that.
Curled a little late.
So that gives Team Ostrowsky some options. They can come down freeze to that. They can start going around the corner guard, or that too, the hit and roll.
That rock just barely cleared the corner guard, and it got all the way to the center line. These are just amazing ice conditions. It's such a privilege for these athletes to be able to play on this surface. Second, Lucas Vandenbosch trying to hit and roll.
Yep. Oh. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Coming close.
Whoa.
That had a lot of action off it.
So these rocks now, Curl Manitoba rocks, were purchased in 2023, I believe. I think they're brand new, and the striking bands are really good on them. And like a rock like that, where you hit a good half with just not heavy weight, and that rolled considerably. So great rocks, and everybody has to be aware how easily they bounce off of a rock on a takeout.
That's something to get used to.
Yeah, for sure.
But it means that there's the opportunity for some fireworks throughout the week. So,
well, we will be seeing doubles, cross-house doubles, and stuff that can be made reasonably easy that way too. Here's a good call. He understands that one out in the 12-foot is not going to be harmful to Ryan's team. So using the corner guard at this point is a nice call, and see if they can create some offense for themselves.
It's a good patient call, because of course it's not going to leave them being shot rock, but it's keeping the play out towards the wings, and it's making use of that corner guard that they threw at the beginning of the end. So it's a good patient call, but it also just demonstrate some
Got a
confidence.
curl. Finish it.
That didn't move as far as I thought it would, unless he maybe got it inside out.
Ryan,
but
was that just too big of a pop? Okay.
Lucas asking there, too big of a pop, and he's referring to the way that he released the rock. And sometimes if you have a very aggressive release and maybe a bit of an outward motion as you're letting the rock go, kind of get the rock going in the outward direction, and it'll take a little bit longer to finish.
Certainly took a long time. So and if he's asking, he probably realizes that's what he did. So he'll correct that for another throw and learn from that mistake, and hopefully smooth things out.
I loved that communication that we just saw from the team there, and Lucas being honest about his throw. That's really a team player right there. It's really somebody who wants everyone else in the team to learn from him, and he's just being humble,
Yes, and it doesn't help if you don't ask, if you don't know why it did that. It's better to ask, and everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, little error. Yeah, that was bumper.
Dean, are they trying to roll under the guard here?
They are, yeah.
Right.
Just a nice bumper weight. Roll in maybe over a rock or so. Hack is probably it may take off on him here with Hack. Yeah, just that difference in what they asked for to what he delivered, and
I think
that
the
result.
Tanner has done the opposite there of what Lucas did, where he rolled his release just a little bit, sort of motioning the rock just a hair towards the guard right off the bat, and this kind of ice is going to be very unforgiving to a throw like that.
Tight and light is not a good combination.
No, it's not going to work.
Things could get a little messy here for Team OSTROWSKY if we make a good hit and roll to the top of onto the tee line in the top four. They'll definitely have to do probably some sort of a takeout at the next shot to kind of give themselves a chance here for a point at the end of this end.
Close. Straight. Straight. Hard, Brooks.
That's a good spot. It's raisable
if there a double off that one, Ryan? No, off the one they threw. Just make the double from this one to this one. I think you hit the one they threw and double into the other one. Yeah, just try to keep the 4-foot open for your last one.
Not a bad call. Looks like you're going to definitely be forced at this point. You do if you can make a double and stick it there, then Team MARNOCH has to deal with it. And you still have this one in the back four to freeze to for a point if needed.
I think we just make a double. Try to score one.
Yeah, that was some good realistic thinking there from the front end, yelling down with, just probably a concession that multiple score end is probably not coming here, and just making sure that their skip is going to have a path to score their single point.
Hopefully Ryan likes drawing to the 4-foot, because that looks like where things are going to be at for him with his last shot.
They did play a practice, and he would have thrown a draw to the button, so should have a good idea of that.
Should be okay.
Yeah.
He might have to play a hit in the end, though, depending on where this rock from the MARNOCH team ends. If they end up where they're saying, and the OSTROWSKY team isn't able to complete a double, they might be in a little bit of trouble.
Even a little quicker now, eh? On my draw to the button, like draw last end. Same. Okay.
And for Team MARNOCH, placement here is critical. If you drop this into the top 8 right in front of that one in the back 4, I think OSTROWSKY will change his plan and likely freeze to this one on the button.
He could also play the hit and roll off of that one in the side 8. So there's definitely options. Slipping just behind the tee line. It'll be interesting to see what they decide on here.
Sorry, guys. Yep, that's a call. And then they'll rip it all, and then you'll have a nose hit. Yeah. Control right there? Sure. If you know the ice for bumper, I prefer bump.
So they're looking at a bumper weight hit and stick and be frozen to that rock that Bart Witherspoon just threw. Try and hit it slightly high or slightly just off the nose, and both rocks, Ryan's rock and the yellow one would roll together and stay frozen together. That's their hope on this throw.
Yeah. And Lucas laid that out for us pretty well, that if a good nose hit is made here, then it will be sitting frozen on the button, and the MARNOCH team will have to blast it out of there, leaving OSTROWSKY with a nose hit. And they've done very well to execute that. And of course, if they're not able to do that now, and that red rock does stick around, then there's a chance for a deuce. So it's pretty well thought out.
That was an excellent throw. When they're slightly staggered, the ones he was hitting, it's very hard to keep them dead center on top of each other. I thought he did as good as he could probably do.
Pretty well, and this is not a gimme here. This is going to have to be a high hard one, and he can't nose it either. He's got to hit this on the high side, or else that red rock is sticking around.
For sure. One thing about lively rocks, though, right? If you hit a half, they'll fly pretty easy.
Yep.
And there's the fireworks I referred to earlier. Just gone,
Just
no
out,
problem.
Though, and they didn't hit that any too thick, so yeah.
Oh, I was wondering, it was curling there.
The MARNOCH team will certainly be celebrating a force here, especially after generating a deuce in the first end. I really don't think that the OSTROWSKY team has much to be ashamed of from this end, though. It really was a pretty well-played end. There were a few well-executed shots.
Yeah, they're down, moving in for a bumper weight takeout for one.
Clean. Just clean it. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Good shot.
No mistake is made. Ryan OSTROWSKY makes the nose hit for a single point. MARNOCH will regain the hammer in the third end, up 2-1.
Yeah, for sure.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's VO, integrity, tradition, and craftsmanship.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon & Yates Make sure that you have everything you need for your next project. All delivered right to your door. McMahon and Yates. Make it better.
Welcome back to the 2025 Men's Vitera Curling Provincials in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. Team MARNOCH is currently leading Team OSTROWSKY 2-1 with the hammer.
Looking like things are going to go a little cleaner this end. So far, nobody's wanting to throw up a guard, so this may be a quick end to keep the clocks, save some time for later on. We'll see if everybody keeps sticking. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. Looking across the sheets on, we'll just do a quick update on sheet A. Team Peters is ahead of Team Sundell 5-3 after 3 ends. Team Freeman is up 4-0 on Team Dean Dunstone after 3 ends. And on sheet D, Team Carruthers is up 5-0 on Team Boyle after 2 ends. And on sheet E, we have Team Walters up 3-1 on Team Goodmanson. After 4, sorry. Well, now there's a clear house, so they're going to go right in the rings. Nope, they are going to put a center guard up.
That was probably control.
And once the center guard's made, there's no doubt in my mind that the MARNOCH team will probably just attempt the peel, and at that point the OSTROWSKY team is going to hope for a miss on the peel, or otherwise we're heading into a blanked end here in the 4th. I might as well take this time to note that Dean here was recently inducted into the Manitoba Hall of Fame, so congratulations, Dean.
Thank you. Yeah,
very
a nice
exciting
surprise.
That's with your senior men's team with Randy Neufeld,
Peter Nichols, and Dale Mickey. Yeah, we've had a real nice 10-year run in the senior age group, and got to do some nice traveling, and really fortunate that I get to play with those 3 guys. We're all great friends and great teammates, and it makes the game fun.
As I noted earlier, you guys have won. You guys are 5-time Manitoba senior champions. Absolutely incredible. And how long has your team been playing together?
So our first year was 2015.
Okay.
And we put the team together in the summer, and we knew each other because we've all curled against each other over those years. So we got fortunate, won the first Manitoba championship that year, went to Edmonton for the Canadian seniors, and we won that one the very first year of our attempts. And I mean, we played well, but we were fortunate to, all the way through it. You always have to have those little breaks and stuff, and then that led to us to going to Karlstad, Sweden in 2016 to represent Canada at the World Seniors, and just a fantastic event.
What an incredible experience that must have been. I was going to say it, wearing a Manitoba Buffalo and competing with yellow on you is unlike any other feeling, but wearing a maple leaf too, you must be very, very proud.
We were so fortunate, and great place to go. That curling club is Nick Dean's home club. So the ice there was fantastic. The camaraderie of all. We had 27 world men's teams in the event. So it was great. Really good. Highlight of my curling career.
No doubt. That's the dream.
So as you predicted, Ryan, or Josh, sorry, I think it's looking like an opportunity for a blank here.
Ryan, you might as well head down.
So they've already told Ryan to head down here, and good idea to bank time when you can in a safe end like this. So hopefully for Team Marnoch, it finishes the way he'd like it with a blank opportunity.
Girl. Okay.
And even though Kelly's rolled out, Ryan's going to put it in the rings, probably top button, and force Bart to make 2 good shots to blank this end.
It is small little things like that, though. It's not a huge deal that the MARNOCH team rolled out there, but it does give the opposition Skip another practice draw in case that he has to make a very important one later in the game. So I'm sure that Ryan will be happy to continue practicing his draw weight here and remain comfortable just in case he has to get one into the forefoot later on.
Absolutely right. And on the other side of it, it's just that much longer of a roll for Kelly when he goes to throw that blank in.
That's true.
Where if you're over in the 12-foot, it only needs to roll a foot or 2 feet. Now he's got to roll the 6 feet to get right out of the rings. Not that he won't, but just a different mentality.
It's control.
No, I don't care about that.
Easy.
This one's taken off on him. I think he's still going to make. Oh yeah, they held it. I don't think he expected it to curl that much in that spot. Oh, there you go. Little soft.
Little soft for control. So a little bit less weight, and that makes all the difference. The curl in the ice is definitely very weight sensitive. What you see very often in arena ice is that when you throw those low weight shots, it curls a pile, and then anything kind of over 9 seconds will just run dead straight, and it's very sensitive to that, and it forces you to like really take some pause and be careful with the weight that you throw.
And sometimes as a tuck thrower like Bart is, that in turn can come out a little on the soft side, and you just got to make sure you're giving it a positive release on arena ice all the time.
That can happen.
Yeah.
My, you know what? My third would note something about that. He wanted a shout out, and so there it is.
Well, you should finish that story now. He'd like to hear about it again, probably.
No, he's a good friend of mine, and we've been playing together for a long time, and he's actually going to be commentating a game with me on Friday, so
good.
Maybe he can share.
Well, there you go. So that didn't work out quite as well.
Dean, just like you said, if that was on the winger, like you had
might
said,
have rolled
that
out.
would have rolled out. So,
yep.
At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger. At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Welcome back, folks. Josh and Dean
that's great
broadcasting from Borders of Prairie, Manitoba. The MARNOCH team, they're not successful in the blank attempt, and they accidentally take a point. They're still up 3-1, so with a 2-point lead, it certainly wasn't a devastating miss, but it was a bit of a missed opportunity to maintain the hammer. So the OSTROWSKY team might have a little bit of momentum behind them right now, knowing that they got away with a force.
Yeah, I think that's all you can ask for is force the other team when they have hammer to 1. That's what your ultimate goal is every time you play without the hammer. And I think that's a win for OSTROWSKY on this end, that last end. Things are going to be a little more aggressive here now. They've started to feel a little more comfortable, so now they're going around that corner guard, partly because this rock that is in the 4-foot is behind the tee line, so it's going to be an opportunity for them to use down the road too.
Yeah, it's a pretty textbook opening to this end here with the center guard, corner guard, around the center, now around the corner. And whenever you see a setup like this happening after leads rocks, you know that they're getting into it.
If it's in, we can go deep, though.
Well, it's in play, so that's the important part.
Not bad there. Works.
I think if MARNOCH's rock had been above the tee line, then OSTROWSKY might have come down and either tapped it or tried to tap freeze, or a freeze to a tap back at that point. But good call here. Oh, there's a good call too. He might be better off doing that just because next shot OSTROWSKY might be coming into that, freezing down to that one on the button.
Couple of things to be considered for the MARNOCH team. They were talking about going around the corner, which would block off the path that OSTROWSKY's wanting to take. At the same time, when you don't have the hammer, it can get a little scary going out to the wing. If you come behind the tee line and it just leave them a freeze, if you leave it up high and leave them a second corner guard. So coming around the center is definitely what your gut tells you to do, and when you don't have the hammer.
Yeah, I think it's the right call just because of where the first rock of the end ended up, because that's too tempting for the opposition to go and use for their own advantage. But by the looks of this one, it's not going to be quite what they were hoping for. So OSTROWSKY is running up there to get a rock in where those two are now.
So they decided to throw a hit weight, a hack waiter, and try to hit the one that's right in the back of the button and roll frozen on top of the one on the side 4. And what do you think of that, Dean, versus just drawing into there?
I think my team, we've been playing a freeze on this at this point, just at least for sure on this one. And I understand what they're thinking, and they want to have an opportunity to bring the back 12 rock into play for a counter, but I think I'd prefer a little freeze shot here.
Whoa!
Yeah, this one requires a lot of precision, but it is sort of a 2-in-1 shot. It takes care of one of the yellows, which they'd have to do later, and it secures one of the reds frozen there. And they do pretty well to do this. They rolled over just a little bit further than would have been ideal, but they did execute pretty well.
Yeah, they were very close to the shot that they called, and same thing. If you make the shot you call, then it's the right shot, and we'll see how this end plays out. I think that MARNOCH's team can maybe, with lighter weight, chip the red one out and still save that yellow one. Possibly roll their shot over to this back 12 area, and then it makes it a little harder for OSTROWSKY to generate a deuce here.
Yep, hard work. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, not a bad shot. Good sweeping.
Very nice shot to roll both of those yellows towards the center line. It's still just behind the tee line, but pretty good placement of those yellow rocks right now. Lucas Vandenbosch is being asked to play the run back, and hopefully he connects with the ones in the house, with the yellows in the house, and makes some movement happen.
I think you definitely have to make some noise on those ones, and that one for sure in the 4-foot.
Very, very good attempt. Very close there, but
pressure staying on Team Ostrowski.
They're not paying attention.
Similar conversation they were having earlier. Keep the play towards the center or bring it around the corners. Bring it around the corners here is not a bad shot, but it has to be made just right.
I like putting a rock in the top 12, full 8 foot, and make them come after you.
Whereas there's a little bit of room for error on the shot like this. As long as you're near the center line, if you're top 8, if you're top 12, if you're just in front, it all works pretty well to your advantage. But if you were to come around the corners, you'd have to get the weight just right.
Exactly. And placement too, right? Because they can use it for themselves. So the bad part for Team Marnoch again is just those 2 rocks are both behind the tee line. So if this rock isn't in the right spot, then it's right back to Ostrowski maybe changing gears and going freezing down to the one on the 4 foot or on the button.
Gonna over curl if anything.
Right now it's in the rings, not too bad.
Good.
I think they have to deal with it, and they'll maybe make one more run back attempt and see what comes of it.
Or just jam it.
They're hoping to move 2 out of there so that once again that rock in the back 12 may come into play for themselves.
Ron, do you want to just take this one? Yeah, you come on this side.
Pretty important that the Ostrowski team is able to connect in the 4 foot.
Yeah, I think this is the moment where you need to create some space for yourself. He may. Oh.
It's all right.
He does very well, third Tanagram to connect with the 4 foot, but got a bit of an unfortunate jam back there, but
did end up second shot for the moment, so Kelly does have to deal with it. So now, all of a sudden, if Kelly noses that rock on the top 12 on the outside, Ryan's team has the opportunity to maybe bring their corner guards into play and just tuck one under and hope that, Kelly or Kelly and Bart make a mistake, but it definitely is better looking for them to score a point now.
Absolutely. As straightforward looking as this shot is, the roll is very, very important. If he doesn't get the right roll, like you said, Dean, the Ostrowski team can use those staggered corner guards.
They wouldn't be shot.
What do you think they'll do now?
Well, he looks like he wants to hit. If it was me, I think I'd be drawn around that top 12 into this corner in behind there, on this left-hand side as we're looking at it.
I think that's the call. Yeah, like top 4 weight.
You're going to be second shot drawing around this side, right?
Is what we want.
But you got to take a chance and hope that they don't maybe put their next draw in the right spot.
What, 14 and a half?
I'd love to see it. Ryan's playing with no fear right now.
Well, hitting at this point is probably not going to get them anything, so I think this is a good opportunity to lay second shot and see what Marnoch's team can come up with.
43. Gotta go. Top 12.
This looks a little light and tight, so I don't think this is going to work for them.
Oh my God. No, just leave it. Leave it.
Typically, arena ice, the speed going to the corners is quicker, and maybe Tanner just give it a little bit too much respect on that throw. I'm sure he'd like to try it again, but it is what it is. So now, back to working to get 1 point for Team Ostrowski.
We got him down to 2 stones. So.
I mean, I don't like going around the corner.
I don't. Yeah. So we're going top 8, right? Yeah. So this spot's the fastest it's been? Yeah. Like, is it quicker than what I've been throwing?
nice bit of information by the front end to give Bart a good indicator of what weight he needs.
Yeah, I've always thought if the back end is in charge of reading the ice in terms of the line and the direction, then the front end should really be all over what the ice is doing in terms of weight. And so that's really good when a skip or the fourth rock thrower is able to really trust their front end to give them good information. I know that that's a very important part of the way that my team operates.
And as they talked it through, they put it exactly where they wanted to.
I'd say that's close to a perfect spot.
That's a good team call right there.
If I roll it here, he probably does hit it. Then I just have a no. Yeah, if I roll it here.
That high, you're gonna be over here, right?
A good call from the Marnoch team there too. Leaving it near the center would have left the opportunity for double and roll, but being way over there, it's a very long roll to be anywhere buried.
Because it's a big roll. Like I said, we can go right to this one and make some shoot at something. Yeah.
This is a tough call
like a 10-5,
to stay.
like you've been throwing.
To think, you got to try and get in behind where Marnoch can't hit it. But I guess at the end of the day, if they do roll over there, you should have basically the full 8 foot to draw to for your 1 point. If Marnoch hits and sticks or rolls out over on the other side of the house. Not a bad shot would be even just to roll to center line, right in front of that one in the back 8, and force them to hit it on an angle to get rid of it.
And you might generate
and maybe a jam
mistake
shot
there. And any time that you are able to add a layer of complexity to an opponent's shot, that's the right thing to do. The more complexity you add, just the more opportunity there is for a mistake. Even if you roll wide open, but it's in front of another rock, there's a chance at a jam.
And then this other skip's eye, he sees that other rock there, and so he's got to think about that, right?
Didn't quite get the roll that they were looking for here, and Marnoch has a chance to roll towards the center line, and the pressure will be on Ryan to make a good draw against those.
If he rolls right dead center line, they'd almost have to make the double if they wanted to play a hit to get a point. And then on the other side of it, he's almost going to have to change turns to get to the 4 foot, because that high guard on the of Ostrowsky's would be in his way for an in-turn draw. Well, he's not going to roll to center. So now it's a draw for one.
It's a bit of a tricky one, though, just because of the paths. And believe it or not, those corner guards might actually be in the way, like you said, of the in-turn draw path, just with the amount that it curls.
Yeah, he's pretty well have to play out turn here.
You take this button path, that corner guard, that's 4. Yeah, I know. I think this is a play. Like, what's button path here? So just a little bit less. Yeah.
I mean, it is only the 5th end, so the draw weight is not changed, and all the paths are cleaned up now. So it's just a matter of throwing it full 8
right?
And let the sweepers finish it for him.
Probably. That's what it was last end.
Nobody likes looking at 4 when they're drawn against, for 1, but
at this level of curling, it's certainly a shot that a skip should be able to make, but everything changes when there's a lot of opponent rocks in the house.
Yeah, you just got to think. Throw 8 foot and let the sweepers take care of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the best thing about a skip. You let it go, and then you go, okay, all you.
And then the sweepers say thanks.
Okay, well, we got to play on one of the yellows. Okay, we're playing to the back.
Okay, so the audible right now is that the rock is a bit heavy, and they're looking to try and get one of the yellows. I don't think so, though. I think it actually looks like it's perfect weight.
Perfect. I think they got a little scared early on there that was a bit heavy, but that's T-line.
Fantastic draw weight from Ryan Ostrowsky under a lot of pressure there in the 5th end, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Vitera, helping farmers feed the world for over 100 years, and proud sponsor of the Vitera Championship.
At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice. And pizza choice. And salad choice. And so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between. McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
Today's sponsor, Co-ops of Manitoba.
Eat. Meet. Stay. Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadins.com.
Today's sponsor, RME, right by you.
New at Asham, the SureGlide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without broom caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
Today's sponsor, Recycle Everywhere. You drink it, you bin it. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum. Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
The championship has evolved while retaining its competitive spirit.
And I think that's what's unique about Manitoba, but that hasn't changed. And I think it's just that uniqueness. You know, you go out for the opening ceremonies and there's 32 teams to be introduced, and you sometimes think like, what the heck? But it's a thrill for a lot of these guys if it's their first time, if they're trying to win it, or if they're not trying to win it. It doesn't really matter. It's a thrill for them to be there. So the whole 32-team championship, I think, is sort of what makes it so unique to play in Manitoba.
Welcome back to Portage of the Prairie, where we are currently in the 6th end of our feature matchup with MARNOCH versus OSTROWSKY. Little tour of the rings. Walter is beating Goodmanson 6-2. Carruthers is up 7-1 over Boyle. Freeman is up 5-0 over Dean Dunstone, and Peters is up 9-3 over Sundell.
I think you and I have lucked out on being on the feature game. It's been a tight battle right from the first rock.
Absolutely, it's been an enjoyable game to watch so far, enjoyable game to commentate. It's been exciting, and both of these teams are playing exceptionally well, especially given this is their first game of the event, and they've got a great handle on the ice, and it seems like they're comfortable with the atmosphere.
Yeah, he's on the front.
Okay, that's fine.
Short.
Team MARNOCH leads 3-2 with the hammer. And Team OSTROWSKY coming up a little short there, although not a bad way to miss that shot. They definitely want lots of rocks in play around the center line.
Exactly, and with the no-tick rule, those rocks are in good spot until this next shot, and if Kelly wants to go up and start ripping, he can. This is a fairly key shot, though. Nice to be able to freeze it dead center in front of that other yellow one. A little heavy is not a good shot, so the tolerance is to be just a bit lighter.
Whoa. It's good.
I think so.
Mission accomplished there. Very nice shot.
Like
if I think
a third, maybe a quarter.
Team OSTROWSKY maybe play some back ring or just through weight and tap things
like
back
that.
to try and create a wall for themselves, get a little bit of an opportunity to set up a steal, which is looking like what they're going to do is just maybe get close to nose, tap those two yellow ones back and create a pocket.
This is an absolutely key shot for this end and could very well change the complexion of the rest of the end.
Yep. Yep.
If this shot is made, then they're set up pretty well in there with backing in the forefoot, but if the shot is missed, then they're going to be chasing from here on out.
Well, MARNOCH would probably run up and start peeling, and he may anyways, but because now both of those rocks are behind the tee. I'm thinking, though, he'll likely play a little hit and roll here and get back in a good position. That's not an easy peel with those two in the center line because with the way they spread the yellow ones out, there could be a jam potential there too.
I think a good hit and roll here, despite being played towards the center, leaves them in pretty good shape.
That's right.
Guess we could have got closer to that guard. Oh.
making use of that nice low controlled weight we were talking about earlier. Although it does look like it's over curling on them.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's more rocks in play that Ostrowsky's team is going to use to their advantage. I think that they've got a. They
hit and roll this one.
They certainly defer to the hits as opposed to being a little more aggressive with a draw opportunity, maybe freeze to something.
Yeah, we don't have the angle here. We don't see it.
That's their comfort zone. That's okay.
I guess it's true. Well, it's not. It's a little better. Control. Little light. Firm bump. Just a firm bump. It's bumper.
So they held that very well. Very good shot.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, nicely done by Tanner Graham.
I understand why Ostrowsky wants to hit those because they don't have hammer and the other team's laying 3 right away. And
it gets a little bit scary when that's the case, right? Can be a tough call though. You're in the back half of a game where you're down without the hammer, and you gotta pick. You gotta be aggressive, but you gotta pick and choose.
Exactly. What the roll they made is as good as they could probably to make it. It's really nicely behind those 2 guards in front, and then definitely gives them a chance to potentially steal a point here and get tied up.
Now on most sheets of ice. This ice would be more than enough for a straight draw to the button. But draw to the button is about edge of 12 out here right now. And so that tells me that they're trying to play like a heavy draw and get some kind of tap back on this red rock.
Got it, curl. Straight. Straight.
Yeah, look at it go now. So you're right. It looks like that.
Hard, guys. Hard, guys.
Really well done.
Very well executed. That was the only type of weight that would have been able to make that shot that well, and they nailed it.
Can we do the same thing?
It's going to get a little messy here unless Team Marnoch decides to start ripping, but
though, right?
they're in a pretty nice position at the moment.
They didn't have much rotation, though. Ours won't curl like that.
The Ostrowsky team is pretty keen there to observe that their releases are not like those of the MARNOCH team, and their rocks will be reacting differently. If they take the same ice, they won't see the same kind of curl.
Nope.
You can see here that Ryan is given a few inches less for same sort of shot.
That's a good pickup by Team Ostrowsky that they realize the difference in the releases by 22. Team MARNOCH compared to theirs, and you make that adjustment.
Back 4. T. No, light. We're very light. It's very light. We're not even in the house. Oh no.
Tanner's come up short on a couple of draws now, and
hoping
his team is going to pick him up and try to remind him, give a few feet more on the next couple of draws.
I'd like to blame it on the rocks. Sometimes they have bad rocks, but they're brand new, so I think it's just a little bit of Tanner not getting the feel just yet. And, he just got to stick with it. Don't let it get to you, but it's hard when you come up short 2 or 3 times and in a situation like this where you're already in trouble and you just added to it by covering up their rocks. So we'll see what this plays out. It may come down to Ostrowsky's team. Maybe they have to raise one of their own red ones to kind of get themselves out of trouble here at this point.
Are they trying to throw a third one into the 4-foot?
I think they're trying to get around that rock just thrown by Tanner.
Okay.
And probably top 4-foot. Yep, cover off a freeze on that side.
Really bring the pressure on here.
Close. Close. Just for weight. Just for weight. Oh, easy, easy.
somewhat good, but does leave a pocket for Team OSTROWSKY to play a run back if needed and catch something in the forefoot.
Yeah, ideally there, I think they would have curled a little bit more and left it a little bit higher, because since they've hung it on the edge of the floor like that, it makes sort of the wall of yellow that could be contacted by this run back just that much wider.
Yeah.
Still a very difficult situation for the OSTROWSKY team, though.
2 feet higher for Kelly's throw there, and the other guys are in a lot more. I mean, this still has to be made, and it's not an easy run back.
No, by no means.
No. It's all about the line. But they can do some damage and get themselves out of trouble with a good one.
Whoa.
Little on the fat side there.
Maybe got a little bit of extra weight out of an extension, and that extension might have been just an inch wide of the broom and stayed right where he threw it.
As long as you don't give him an easy triple or something.
That one was fairly critical to be close to the nose and make contact with something in that forefoot.
Yep, MARNOCH team has a opportunity to really go for it here.
And when you look at that house, though, if he does put it in the wrong spot, he could give them. I think up there is a better throw than right into the pile, because you put it into that crotch, there's a good chance of a triple on that grouping.
Yeah. Top 8. So as quick as it's same as it's been. This is the most ice we've taken here, guys. So.
Hoping this rock is going to end up just off the center line, and they have taken ice halfway between edge of 12 and the boards.
The one thing when you go wider on arena ice is it tends to stay a little bit quicker, because the pebble hasn't broken down out there as much. And you're seeing that right now. They're going to be coming right down to the tee line where they originally wanted it top 8. So they actually are giving them a real good opportunity to make a triple here and sit in a pretty good spot. It might be. Actually, it might be a quadruple. Because if they hit into that crotch right where they have their broom right now, the middle rock will go out also to the back, and he could move all of these rocks here if he hits it right.
Right into there. This one's gone that way. This back one's gone out the back.
And I think the middle one will go also because of the drag effect of the red rock. It's a chance. The crowd will enjoy it if it does happen.
I think this one's going to have some smoke. Well, there's that big extension.
Whoa. No.
Close.
No.
If he hits that slightly thinner, they're all gone.
Yeah, very, very close there. Good attempt. I think this will be a draw for 3.
You noticed how easy that middle one went.
Yeah. Well, that speaks to the striking bands of these new rocks like you were talking about.
How did that happen?
Well, I threw it at the boards on my last one.
Yeah, but how did it jam? A little more ice?
Does he know this?
Oh, it went down.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you hit it thinner, it goes over top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they spelled it out for us perfectly
Is that
there.
too much in this spot?
Just needed to hit that a little bit thinner.
An inch inside more, and he probably sticks around for shot rock or something they have to deal with. Now it's just an open draw for 3 to take a stranglehold on the game.
Tee line.
I actually didn't have that much room. Like I didn't.
At this level, a couple of misses come back to, in an end, will come back to haunt you.
That's it, That's it.
And the MARNOCH team makes no mistake, drawing for their 3 to take a 6-2 lead over Team OSTROWSKY.
Where'd he go? 3. Sorry about the first one.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. We would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's #1 whiskey. Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba Sports Ticket Raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum.
Welcome back to the men's provincial championships in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. On our sheet, Team MARNOCH is currently beating Team OSTROWSKY 6-2. Team Walter is winning 6-2 over Team Goodmanson. Team Carruthers and Team Boyle have shaken at 11-1 victory for Team Carruthers. Team Freeman is currently beating Team Dunstone 7-2, and Team Peters is currently beating Team Sundell.
It's 11-5. No, 9-5.
9-5.
Yes.
Great shot. That's perfect.
Interesting. So on our feature sheet here, the MARNOCH lead, Brooks Freeman, is playing on the sheet next door to his brother, Jace Freeman, skip of the Freeman team, who is playing against Dean Dunstone. And Dean Dunstone and Jason Brooks's father, Graham, have played in seniors together, and Graham is Jace Freeman's coach. So kind of a lot of connections out here, and as we were talking about earlier, curling is very much a family sport.
And from what I understand, that your mother got you into this game too?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, my mother was one of many influences on me. I come from a long line of curlers, and my father was is a curler as well, and my grandfather, and so yeah, I come from a long line of curlers. And my mom is a pretty successful curler in her own right. She's gone to a mixed national championship, and she went to a senior national championship for Manitoba, as well as a couple of juniors back in the day. So,
well, there's a good influence.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot for me to live up to, but.
Interesting call here by Ostrowsky's team, as they're playing to remove a guard that was just put up, when I thought maybe they would start pushing things back from in the house. We'll see how this turns out.
He manages to connect and remove a couple of yellow stones, although a defensive play all the way and being down by 4 points, they're going to need to start really focusing on generating some offense.
On the other, I guess on the other side of it, Kelly didn't rush up there to start peeling, so maybe Ostrowsky, maybe it'll work out for him.
That's true.
He
And
does
the
have a front up now.
The MARNOCH team might be feeling that playing aggressively has been working out so far, and they've just decided to keep the pedal to the metal here.
It seems like it, doesn't it? If he gets this one placed well, he's going to, I'm assuming, that maybe Ryan will go back up and play the run back again, but Ryan's got an opportunity with that rock only being in the 8 foot to start coming around and maybe give himself a chance for a multiple here.
I don't know what happened there in that spot.
Well, it looks like he's going to go up and try and make this run back.
We'll still have 3 reds in. Yeah, that's the call.
You know what, Dean? I'd say that this commanding lead for the MARNOCH team is a little bit misleading right now. They've certainly been playing very well, but so is the OSTROWSKY team. I'd say it's actually been pretty close game. It's been pretty evenly matched so far, and there's been a couple of breaks for the MARNOCH team that have led to the score being the way that it is.
Just those 2 misses last end, right?
Yeah.
That really give them the 3-ender, and otherwise it's been fairly evenly matched, yes. A little unfortunate that one didn't stick around, but they do have now 2 basically corner guards and a little more room to maneuver around in, so all in all that was a pretty good shot.
Not really.
Now for Team Ostrowsky, it's more about the execution the rest of this end to try and create a 2 or a 3.
It's gonna be such a long guard.
Rock placement, little tap backs and rolls, those kind of things.
We're leaving a double and roll. Yeah. You're going to tap it right back.
Yeah. Okay.
Dean, would you ever consider ripping a guard right now, or are they a little far past that?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. You're up 6-2. It's almost maybe play the scoreboard a little bit. I guess you're still leaving a guard, but the height of those guards, I think you can make come-arounds to almost anything that Ostrowsky puts in the ring. So
yeah, you're up by 4 points, and you can afford to give up 2. And that's sometimes my thinking, is that you can afford to give up 2. And peeling one of these guards, it does leave a corner guard either way. So there's a very good chance that if you peeled one of them that you would give up 2 points. But the only way to give up more than 2 is to leave both guards. But of course, like we talked about, playing offensively, playing the draws has been working out well for them so far, and don't fix what ain't broken, right?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, that wasn't an easy shot that they called, because they were playing a tap and roll under that center.
Yeah.
So now it's.
We could always just draw here.
I think that I would be just drawing to around one of these 2 up. Yeah, I don't think I'd be hitting anything anymore. You've got a good front up, and you got a rock that's useful to you.
I don't like hitting because it's harder to get behind the guard.
You heard Tanner say there, I really need to make one of these, and I imagine he will. I imagine that he's learnt from the last couple, and this will be a good chance for redemption for him here.
It's as long as you don't overcompensate the other way. I'm sure he'll be close.
13. Yeah. Weight looks okay.
Weight looks good. Top 8. T-line.
No, it's T-line. It's T.
Look at that curl, Dean.
Yeah, that's what you expect. As long as it doesn't just break off the wall here and come out in the open the other side, which possibly did. Well, great adjustment by Tanner on his weight control. That'll make him feel a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And too bad there, because he did make that great adjustment, and then it did poke out the other side. And based on their team's reaction, I think it might have just been not enough ice, because they weren't really concerned about the line until the very end.
Yeah. That being said, though, if Team Marnoch comes around and noses it, they're going to follow it the exact same line down, corner freeze on it, and they're going to create themselves an opportunity.
That's true. That's true. The deuce is not dead yet.
Oh. Carol! Carol!
They got a lot of work to do on this one.
Okay, Jeff.
Well, they brought it up well on the curl side of the rock.
The OSTROWSKY team will have the opportunity to have learnt from the last draw there. Oh, you can see now he's giving significantly more ice.
Yeah, same weight.
I might be tempted to come around to into the center, right somewhere to where he's holding his broom, maybe, because they'd only have one opportunity, one turn to get at it, maybe. But if they took more ice here, we'll see how it works out here on this one.
24.
Such a long guard, I think you can get at it in either direction.
Stop it. Wait's okay. Okay.
Actually, if they could just stop this top 12, which is probably all it's going to be.
We don't need shot if it's buried.
No, that's probably better.
That's not bad, actually, because if they were that couple feet further to be close to the tee line, that's just more room for the MARNOCH team to play a low weight hit to curl around the guard.
No, exactly. 2 more feet and it's curled over another foot, right? And it's open again. That was a good spot.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll be pretty happy with that, and it was the redemption that Tanner needed there to feel better.
I think we got a peel. Like 2 or 2 up with.
I'll certainly be a confidence booster.
Yep. Okay.
As we were talking about earlier, where now they are forced to peel, and maybe, the way they talked about it, keeping control of the scoreboard. 2, if they give up 2, they're still 2 up playing 8, and that's a good position with the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Just
looked like the indication was that they're trying to come across and, after peeling the corner guard, make contact with the side of the center guard to stay right on the center line. And they do well to remove that corner guard.
Probably big. Because I don't want to leave him under there.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you roll to here. That's really tough.
Yeah, and if he makes it, it's a walk.
Yeah.
Control right there.
Okay.
And try to hit.
And you're going to have a double, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen this a few
or
times.
a hit and roll at the very least, right?
So I heard them talking about maybe not trying to roll right under the guard, because if they roll right under the guard, the rocks are still close enough together that there could be a double. Is that what they were saying?
I think, that would be a tough one, because you're a rock higher when you hit it.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be pretty flat, but they're just trying to make sure that they get a separation. You don't want to nose it right there.
Right.
Right? So they want to make a roll at somewhere. I think they'll be safe if they roll 2 feet or so, but first things first, you got to hit it first and then worry about making a good roll.
Yeah. The idea here is to leave these as separated as possible, make the double very difficult.
Right
this is going to have to curl for that to happen.
Yeah, I think this is a nose hit right now. So
unfortunate there for the OSTROWSKY team. MARNOCH team will have an opportunity to make this double and get themselves out of the end.
Well, back to the execution side of things, right?
They were very close to that. It was hanging out, and they got it curling. If that had a couple more seconds, they would have made that perfectly.
Yeah.
I think in Ryan's mind, it's just heavy on the weight he wanted, and that changes the amount of curl you're going to get.
Yeah.
If they'd have maybe started the sweep with the curling side, they may have got it over there, but
close. Yep.
well, there you go. You got a reprieve Team
Sorry, I
OSTROWSKY.
could have done without that.
Yeah.
That'd be a tricky hit, so if OSTROWSKY decides their shot, I'm sure that they will go for the draw.
Yeah.
I just don't like coming close to that yellow. Because we're cutting in.
Oh, that's a good throw.
What's the play to here?
Hard to. I didn't want to give you too much ice.
No, the guard's not in play. We've seen the out turn a few times.
They've decided on the out turn. I guess what they're nervous about is if they were to throw the in turn and hang a little wide, they could accidentally tick the yellow one into being shot. But this is the shot. This is the side that they've seen more. It's the more natural side based on where that guard is, and really, if he's close to making the shot, it shouldn't be coming too close to that yellow one.
I think, really, you're right.
Didn't mean this yet.
Feels like minimum. Feels like minimum ice right here,
Ryan,
but
I think it's like a 14-7 here.
I guess he'd still have an open hit, but he'd at least have to stick it. Their shot, yeah.
Not sure Bart's would be too happy with missing that double. It's usually his bread and butter, and two tight rocks together. Half a rock would have done it.
That's a good end.
Give him a little bit of a free one here.
They're just dead though. Like you didn't.
Yeah, that would have been a nice one to make, but it's important that the MARNOCH team remembers that up to with the hammer is they're still in control.
Yeah.
This one's going to have to put on the brakes.
Oh, an unforced error from Ryan. Tough break for him.
Yep.
That's what makes curling so interesting.
Yeah, nothing's a given, and the OSTROWSKY team will take a point, and MARNOCH will go up by 6-3.
Vitera, helping farmers feed the world for over 100 years, and proud sponsor of the Vitera Championship.
The championship has evolved while retaining its competitive spirit.
And I think that's what's unique about Manitoba, but that hasn't changed. And I think it's just that uniqueness. You know, you go out for the opening ceremonies and there's 32 teams to be introduced, and you sometimes think like, what the heck? But it's a thrill for a lot of these guys if it's their first time, if they're trying to win it, or if they're not trying to win it. It doesn't really matter. It's a thrill for them to be there. So the whole 32-team championship, I think, is sort of what makes it so unique to play in Manitoba.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
Pretty light.
Welcome back to the 2025 Men's Curling Provincials in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. I'm Josh. I'm here with Dean.
Let's go for weight and it'll curl.
Team MARNOCH is currently leading Team OSTROWSKY 6-3.
So
with the hammer.
We'll just take a quick look around the rink. We've got just 2 games left in progress right now.
Right on top.
Team Walters is up 8-4 on Team Goodmanson, playing 8. And our game is still in progress, and Team Dunstone has shook hands with Team Freeman after losing 7-2. And also, Team Peters has beaten Team Sundell 13-5.
Weight's close to the same.
Team OSTROWSKY is doing the very typical without hammer strategy of 2 rocks up in the front, and Team MARNOCH has followed both of his rocks around into the top 4. Exactly how most of these ends go when it's getting late in the game. And now it'll be one more aggressive, or one more likely freeze for Team OSTROWSKY before MARNOCH steps up and tries to clear the front off.
4 pretty well perfectly placed rocks so far this end.
If I'm a little short, like right beside
The only
me,
the two guards in the up front maybe a little tight together, but that's reasonably good because they're both on the tee line, so they cannot be ticked off until after the 5th rock at the end.
Go ahead then.
Spacing those center guards apart is really, really tough for leads to do, especially when you're throwing that high one, and you don't want to hog one by accident.
No.
But you still want it to be high enough. So that's actually a lot of pressure on the leads, especially when you're down points, and it's important to get those far apart.
When you're playing that shot, at least if you hog it, you're thinking the right weight, right?
Yeah. So not a bad spot there, and props to Roan Hunker for getting that done for the team.
Yep.
And a pretty good freeze there from second Lucas Vanden Bosch. We're off to the races.
I
this
got to
end.
think that they're going to at least try a single peel. They may go for the double peel because of the tightness of them. Might be their best chance to clear the front off, and maybe all 3 reds go if the angles are right.
I think I probably would. I'd probably try to get a couple of reds moving here. There's not a whole lot of risk with it. I guess the small amount of risk is you've sent it into the yellows in the house, but...
Well, he does have hammer too, right? So he's got lots of time to clean things up and still get a point if he needed to.
Being up 3 with the hammer means that you're not looking to get points. It's really just operation get rid of red.
Don't give up a point.
Sure.
This looks pretty good.
Oh, excellently.
Just like they drew it up.
Fabulous shot.
Halfway.
Makes a big difference when your second's making double peels like that. And I am a second, so I'm going to give a big shout out to the seconds here. Need their appreciation.
Well, those double peels are not as easy as they look sometimes, and that one was made perfectly. Really puts the team without hammer on their heels because everything has to be perfect the rest of the way.
Just got to get close to center line. Close to center.
Another very good crowd here for a Wednesday afternoon at Stride Place in Portage la Prairie. Very good start to our week, and hoping to have a big crowd tonight. We've got our local team, Ryan Hyde, is playing tonight on the 8:15 draw against Jeff Stewart from Gladstone. So looking for a big crowd tonight for basically a good local flavored game.
Clean.
Another shot cleaning up the front.
Excellent shot there to not just make the peel, but come off the winger and roll into the rings. He really could not have drawn that up better.
That just one more rock that OSTROWSKY has to look at in the house, that potential counter against him.
Oh yeah, it's annoying there.
The OSTROWSKY team in the position they're in has no choice but to continue to replace the center guard.
48.
They may come down in the next shot or two where they maybe get something where they go to the back 4 around the pile that's in the middle and see if they can't create something in that way.
Front end's working hard to get this one over the hog line. Oh, it's a tough one.
Normal the way.
At some point, you almost wonder if that rock, or one of Tanner's rocks, may be a little bit slower, and it's throwing him off a little bit.
It's entirely possible. I think that's the rock that he's come up short on.
Seems
a few
like
times,
it, but
so.
I haven't really heard the other guys talking about it, so it may be just a little bit of a struggle, but you'd like to find another reason than just not feeling it with the ice.
Clean.
Oh yeah, there's always another reason.
Well, you try to find one anyways.
Yeah.
Close. Yep. Yep. It's good.
Kelly does well to remove that red rock and leave themselves sitting 4.
Yeah, that's good.
Getting kind of late for center guard. I think you got to consider going around and hope they don't make your. Even if they do make the run back, it would give you something to freeze to on your next shot. So.
We gotta try. No point.
The
in hitting
OSTROWSKY
now, like,
team
we're down 3
in
without hammer.
dire straits now, looking to draw to the back house using those
We could freeze
MARNOCH
something too, but I think this is a
shot
better call.
rocks in the front of the house as guards.
With the amount of curl, you can easily get well behind the one on the right-hand side and make them play a raise. And if they miss it, then you've got something cooking.
That's 12.
Like top 12.
Yeah, well, the freeze here is not the end of the world, but not quite what they're looking for.
I have a feeling that the MARNOCH team might ignore that red one and do a little tap or draw or something in there.
If you do that double peel there, it's just one less rock for the other team to go around, right? I think this is the right call.
Kelly would agree with you. He
spent
no time thinking about it.
It would have been the shot I would have gone up and played. Yep.
If he rips it, is there any point in trying to hit the double and get a blank out of it? Probably not. Probably have to steal. You could stagger these two.
It's good.
There's no mistake because the red rock flies out of there.
Yeah, because then if you make this.
It's just there's nothing, right?
If you make
Pretty tough going when you're playing hit and rolls
draw
to
back
try
here.
and generate some points,
you ever go
steal
deep,
points for
your third
yourself.
shot.
Well, it's tough too. When a team is up with hammer, typically they're playing hits, and typically if you're not looking for points, you don't really have to be that precise. You don't have to make the perfect rolls and the perfect freezes, and so your precision doesn't have to quite be there. Whereas if you're looking for points, then you have to be as precise as possible, and so it starts to get really tough when you're down.
I think I just missed what they called. I think they're playing that come around the one on the center.
17.
Yeah, based on the ice, I'd have to think that they're playing some sort of chip off of the one in the 8-foot.
Oh, maybe that's what. Okay.
Because I think if they were just straight drawing around it, they'd have to be outside of the rings with the ice.
Yeah, sorry, I just missed what they were going to call there.
Noon if we win against Carruthers.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, go then. Line's okay. It's got to be back 4.
Well,
back
they are
8.
playing the draw. I think they.
Go then.
Yeah, that was
14-8.
pretty minimal ice for that draw.
Corner. Yeah.
No, they're girl sweeping it though. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, like it. They were playing the. They were playing the come around to the back, but you were right. Like that was pretty minimal ice.
Because I think that was pretty well perfect weight.
Oh yeah, great weight. Yep. I think the only thing Kelly or Bart can do wrong here would be to roll under that center one, or
yeah, that's what we're playing.
Or
Nose hit's perfect.
Yeah, nose is okay there. Then he's got a lot of run back options if they decide to go around. He wouldn't want to roll a little bit and stagger it. That would be a bad one.
Right. Yeah. The only way that Bart could leave himself without a shot on his last if he was to stagger these somehow and not leave an opportunity for a little run back.
He's definitely not rolling in.
rolling out there is perfectly fine. It's less for, honestly,
Here?
less rocks, fewer rocks in the house is less stuff for the Ostrowski team to hide behind and freeze onto. And
so in this scenario, back really right to the very back 4, just into the back 8 where you're still shot. That's still got to make a good run back. If he doesn't make it, you're stealing a point. So you basically got to make this draw touching the back 4 foot and hope for the best.
Still can't believe how dead this house is.
yeah, they're gonna need to make a really nice, precise shot, and then they're gonna also need a little help with a miss. So it's all they can do at this point.
I guess for Ryan, he's just threw this shot, so he should have a pretty good idea what the weight and the line is going to be.
I'm confident he'll be close.
Line's close.
Looks a little heavier.
I think we got to curl a bit, but don't switch. Don't switch. Line's good. Sleeper back 4. 14-2.
All there. Okay, curl now.
Just biting back 4.
Can,
Can't go.
looking just a little hot there. Tough one.
They do leave the MARNOCH team sitting 2, drawing for a 3rd point.
Well, in Ryan's mind, he knew he had to be back there, and he, light or tight wasn't going to help. So, he's 1 foot from perfect. So
It's true.
It's the same as it's been, eh?
That's a tough shot. It had to be perfect, and like you said, he's a foot from perfect. But
it'll be a good learning day for them for tomorrow. They can come back strong tomorrow and feel a little more confident with everything, and
That's a miss of this.
always a new day. Coach will have a little breakdown of the day with them, and they'll work on what they need to. And
Make the scoreboard look better, I guess. It should be through anyway, but maybe not. Good game.
yeah.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
I don't think that they quite got that 3rd point there, but it's no matter. There's handshakes, and we have a MARNOCH victory over Team OSTROWSKY. Well, thanks so much, Dean, for doing this with me. I had a lot of fun. That was a great game to watch. I thought that was a pretty impressive game from both teams, despite what the scoreboard might say.
I appreciate you having me and working with me. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
At Vitera, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
If you grow up in a small town in this part of the world, you basically learn how to curl real young. Kids and even adults who didn't have a place to go because so many facilities were closed. So people started gravitating to our rink and coming out and skating, curling. It became a place to come every weekend for so many families. You would see upwards of 70 people coming and going, on a given Saturday or Sunday. I think it means a huge amount to so many people. It's an opportunity for friends, family, everybody to get together, have some fun.
New at Asham, the Shore Glide Delivery Aid. Precision, stability, and style all in one. Available with or without Broom Caddy. With its durable design, it's built to last season after season. Check out our website at asham.com.
Original 16. Celebrate things done well.
At PharmaSave, we see you, and we care. We see the people in your life who depend on you, so you can depend on us. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
And now collect and redeem Air Miles reward miles for even more value at PharmaSave.
For exceptional customer service that measures up to any job, see the experts at McMahon & Yates. From tools to materials and everything in between, the experts at McMahon & Yates make sure that you have everything you need for your next project, all delivered right to your door. McMahon & Yates. Make it better.
Eat. Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Not Auto Corp have been pioneers as well.
Why not?
Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
From small towns to big cities, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Win a chance to cheer on Team Canada at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Ice, or your favorite on a night out at Assiniboia Downs. And support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum effort to preserve Manitoba's curling history and celebrate the greats in Manitoba curling. It's a Manitoba sports ticket raffle. Tickets are $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $25, or 40 for $50. Scan the QR code on your screen now for the complete prize and raffle details and to buy your tickets, or go to raffle.link/MB Curl Museum.
The championship has evolved while retaining its competitive spirit.
And I think that's what's unique about Manitoba, but that hasn't changed. And I think it's just that uniqueness. You know, you go out for the opening ceremonies and there's 32 teams to be introduced, and you sometimes think like, what the heck? But It's a thrill for a lot of these guys if it's their first time, if they're trying to win it, or if they're not trying to win it. It doesn't really matter. It's a thrill for them to be there. So the whole 32-team championship, I think, is sort of what makes it so unique to play in Manitoba.